If you are a professional woman who has been feeling stuck in a job that drains the life out of you mentally, emotionally, spiritually, you already know how heavy that feels. You have probably been showing up at work, trying to figure out what your next career move needs to be, and maybe even secretly wondering, is this really all there is for me? Like, you want to feel excited about work again. You want to stop dreading Mondays. You want to do work that matters to you and get paid what you actually deserve. And that is exactly what I help women do inside my group coaching program, Find Your Fulfilling Career, or FYFC for short. Inside FYFC, I work with women who are stuck in miserable jobs they hate, but have no idea what else they can do. And I help them discover all the career options that are available to them with their existing skills and land a job they love while increasing their salary by $10,000 or more. And if you've watched some of my other videos, you might have heard me talk about FYFC already. Maybe you're even thinking about joining, but your little brain keeps saying, I don't know. I think I really just need one-on-one coaching. And I hear you. I really do. But that's what I want us to talk about in today's video, because that hesitation that you're feeling, it is totally normal. I hear it all the time. And I want to help you figure out if it truly is a deal breaker for you, or if it's just a misunderstanding about how powerful group coaching can be when it's done right. Well, hello. If this is your first time here, welcome. I'm Dr. Tega Edwin. I'm a career coach, and I help professional women, especially women of faith, leave miserable jobs that they hate and land higher paying, more fulfilling jobs that they love. Let's get into today's video. Okay, let's just start here. It makes total sense that you might feel hesitant about group coaching, like total sense. I hear this all the time. And we have been conditioned to think that one-on-one is the best way or only way to receive support. Like in school, you got individualized feedback from teachers. If I think of mental health, one-on-one counseling is the gold standard. When something is wrong, we book a private appointment with a doctor that we see one-on-one. So of course, it feels like that's what real help looks like. And when something feels deeply personal, like your career, I always talk to my clients about how extremely vulnerable trying to figure out your career can be. So when something is that way, it is natural to assume that private one-on-one support is the best or only option. And maybe honestly, you've even tried group coaching before and it felt kind of flat. Like you were just listening to someone else talk for an hour while your own questions and needs went unanswered. So if that was your experience, of course, when you think about my group coaching program, FYFC, it makes total sense that you might be wondering, will I actually get what I need? Will I actually feel seen? And is this going to be too generic? Like these, I think, are all very valid questions and concerns. So let's talk about why FYFC is not that kind of experience. First, it's important to recognize that group coaching is not a compromise. Okay, group coaching is the reason the program works so well. You're not just learning from me as your coach and expert. You're learning from a whole community of smart, values-driven women who are working through the exact same questions that you are. They just might be in different contexts. In group coaching, transformation happens super fast because while someone else is getting coached, or let's say when someone asks a question that you didn't even know that you needed to ask, you start getting what I call indirect coaching. You are essentially learning from someone else's experience. Group coaching isn't just about waiting your turn to speak. It's about legit shifting the way you think. And that happens faster and more deeply when you're not doing it alone. Not to mention, group coaching helps you move through the career change process more effectively. Because at this point, you're not feeling isolated. Like when you're feeling stuck in a job that you hate and you have no idea what you want to do next, it is so easy to feel alone and isolated. Like you start thinking, what's wrong with me? Am I the problem? At least I should say that was my story when I was trying to figure out my own fulfilling career path, because like I looked around me and it felt like everyone except me had their careers figured out. Like they had it all together. And I know that I've heard my clients say very similar things where they feel like no one understands the pain. Maybe you feel you're feeling miserable and you can't talk to anyone about it, or you don't feel like you're doing meaningful work. You feel like you're always complaining to your loved ones about your job, but they don't get it. Like they don't get what it feels like, or they're just telling you should be grateful that you have a job. And so inside FYFC, that narrative that you've been telling yourself shift because you realize, oh, hold up. It's not just me. You're surrounded by women who will mirror your awesomeness and they will hold you accountable when you're playing small. Women who will validate your feelings, validate your experiences, and validate your stories. You build momentum when you see other women win, and it gives you the courage to keep going in this journey. In this space, you're not just learning from your own journey or your own coaching, you're actually energized by everybody else's progress in the program, and you stop spiraling in your head wondering if you're the only one who feels this way. You realize that, okay, hold on, it's not just me. I'm not broken. I'm just in the wrong career or the wrong industry or the wrong company. And that gives you clarity, gives you courage to take the action you need to land a higher paying, more fulfilling job that you're looking for. Now, let's talk about what I know is probably the biggest concern you have. You're wondering if you will still get personalized support that you need. And the answer is 1,000% yes. You absolutely will. In FYFC, you have access to a private chat channel that happens between our weekly calls where you can drop a question and I respond directly. You can bring specific situations to our calls. And when I coach you, I get right to the heart of what's maybe been keeping you stuck and keeping you from moving forward and tell you exactly what to focus on next so that you're never wasting time trying to figure it out. You already know what your next move is. Like, y'all, I stay sending voice notes to my clients. You also get access to a job search ticket support system where you can ask any question or submit anything for review. And this is how you get personalized audits of your resume, your cover letter, your LinkedIn profile, and anything else you want to submit to make your job search easier. You also won't be left behind in this process because the program is designed to support women with different learning styles and different paces. So whether you're just like an observer or you're someone who likes to talk things out, you will be fully supported. Then there's also access to the recordings of all the weekly coaching sessions so that you can get coached at your own pace and convenience. These recordings alone make the entire program worth it. Like, I'll give you an example. Just recently, one client joined. Well, actually, I say she almost didn't join because she was worried about group, that her situation was too specific. And she was like, I just don't think, I'll get what I need in group. But she ended up joining. And before our first call, she watched the replay of previous coaching sessions. And then she came on her first call. And she was like, I've already had a breakthrough. Like, she listened to me coach another woman in a similar situation, and it changed how she viewed her entire job search. Within a few months, she had rewritten her resume, she had landed interviews, she had negotiated a $15K salary increase with confidence. And the thing is, she didn't do that in isolation. She wasn't alone. She did it in community. And that's what I want for you too. So if you are done job searching in isolation and feeling so alone in this process, if you are ready to finally get unstuck again, get real clarity, find a career that aligns with your faith, your values, and your skills while increasing your salary by $10,000 or more, then I want to invite you to join us inside Find Your Fulfiller. FYFC is built so you never feel unclear or overwhelmed about your next move. In FYFC, you get guided support from me personally inside a space that's been thoughtfully created and designed to help you grow. So you can go to findyourfulfillingcareer.com. That link is also in the description below to learn more about everything that is included in FYFC and join us. And if you have any questions about the program, just drop a comment below and I will be happy to answer your question. So click that link in the description to join us in FYFC because I cannot wait to be your coach. Thanks so much for watching today's video. And remember, you don't have to figure out your next career move alone. The support that you need to land a job you love while increasing your salary, not starting over or taking a pay cut, exists and is closer than you think, and I can help you get there. Now, before you leave, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe buttons below if you found this helpful. Thank you.